one of the hottest stocks on the stock market just got a little bit hotter, and it's Google. They had a meeting at their private headquarters, and they were saying that Google must double their AI computing power every 6 months to meet the AI demand. The infrastructure needs to get built out. They don't have enough servers, and they're going to make those servers so that they can make sure that you have access to Gemini, which is their artificial intelligence. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who was there listening to us as we were saying it's time to buy Google. I actually had a screenshot of one of my buy alerts and of many that popped up. And this was from July even of 2024, where I was telling everybody, look, just even 5 shares of Google will be able to make you some money. And this was when Google was about $191. So many people went and did that and put $1,000 in, and now they're eating nice because Google is all the way up in the $300 range. No fear, just buying good companies. If you want to get my buy alerts, then I'm gonna put a link in the top of the description that says book a call. So my team is going to be looking out for you so that you can be a part of the buy alerts and get the signals and actually trade with me live and watch how I do it in real time. I just want to get to some of the details and show you how serious this thing is with Google. They said that they have to double their AI computing power every 6 months. This is Amin, and he's the vice president over at Google, aka one of the bosses, and he was leading the employees, and he had put out a presentation. And not only did he say they have to double it every 6 months, he said that they're trying to get up to 1000x in the next 4 to 5 years. So they're trying to really roll it out. Why is that? One of the reasons is Android Auto is totally being revamped. They got Gemini, which is going to take over Google Assistant. A lot of people have Google Assistant on their phone, or they have Google Assistant on their car. My people who got Apple CarPlay is similar to that, but it's like Siri, but actually with a smart brain. So what are we going to do? We're not just going to chase the hype. What we're going to do is we're going to look and see if this is making a lot of sense. So Google's forward PE, I want y'all to get used to that. That means price to earnings ratio, but the forward one as to what they think they're going to make. Remember, modern tech stocks have about a 30 to 35 forward PE. So lower than that is better. And when we look at Google at about $300 right now, the forward PE is 28. So it's a fair price for a great company, and that's what we like. Now, I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. I'm not your financial advisor, and I encourage you to talk to a licensed financial advisor in your area because investing carries risk. But I've taken these risks, and this is why I was able to get up to 1,500 shares of Google. You know what that means once you get your share count up that high? That means every single dollar that Google moves, I'm gonna make another $1,500. Take a look at the very top of my screen. It says Google, and then under that, it says Google has moved up $10 in a single day. You know what that means for me? If we look at the bottom, that means I made $15,000 in one day on one stock just because I'm a part owner of the company. That's what you got to think. When you buy stocks, you actually own a piece of this. I'm on YouTube. Do you know I own some of YouTube? Because I own some of Google. So when I see that I own Google, I like to see what Wall Street is saying about it. Not because we believe everything they say, but we believe that they try to pump stocks up so that they can get rich. But I already own it, and I plan on owning more. Wall Street is saying this. And who is Wall Street in this case? The Bank of America, Evercore. These are analyst ratings and large institutions who are looking at it, doing the numbers, and they saying that they can see it going to 335 or 325. And we even have a hyper bull, which is somebody who was all in on it, and this is SIG, and they just said that they could see it going to 350, and they've been calling it like it is time and time again. The price target they had before that was 225. They had 220, and then they had 170 all the way at the bottom, but Google kept hitting those marks and going higher and higher. And this is something you love to see as well. Google just surpassed Microsoft in market cap value, and Google is now the 3rd biggest company in the entire world. You got Nvidia number 1, Apple at number 2, and then Alphabet, aka Google, at number 3, which is absolutely insane, seeing that they haven't even hit the demand that they're supposed to hit just yet. And most people don't know, but do you know that Google is also involved in self-driving cars? There's a car called Waymo, and it's widely considered safer than Tesla's full self-driving autopilot because it has so many different types of cameras and sensors. Let me give you some of them. And let me tell you, I've been in a Waymo before multiple times, and I've been in a Tesla. I've been driving a self-driving Tesla since like 2022. And I know that Waymo currently, as it stands, I feel way safer in that self-driving than I do in my Tesla, which I believe Tesla will catch up eventually, but they're not there just yet. When you look at the Waymo, they got the LiDAR, they got the radar, they got cameras all over the place. So this is helping them to see things that just cameras alone can't see. But here's the business thing of it. It's actually very expensive for them to be able to make cars with all of these sensors and radars and LiDARs. But Tesla, just using the cameras, they almost 10 times cheaper to make than a Waymo. So we want to see the business aspect if Google could get those prices down to compare more to the Teslas. And let's look at some important information on Google, particularly the price. I consider getting in the 200s, like the mid 200s, an absolute steal on Google. You can catch those prices. That's where we love it. Why? Because I can see it going to 350. I can see Google going even higher than that long term. But if we get it down there, that's a steal. However, up here in the $300 range, that's fair. I see the forward PE, as long as they maintaining that momentum that they got, then it's a fair price. And I'm not mad paying a fair price, and neither should people be mad at paying a fair price in general. When you go somewhere to the store, you go to Walmart, you go buy something on Amazon, you don't always just get the best deals all the time. Sometimes you just get a fair price. But if we get a fair price one time and then get a steal price the next time, guess what? Our average comes down. And that's how we got to look at it, because these things like Google, they're not just a quick in and out trade. This is a generational stock. And if you want to make generational wealth, sometimes you got to hold on to a stock for generations. That's how I got to the point where every single dollar it moves, it makes me another $1,500. Family, it didn't happen overnight. I'll show you these things to show you what's possible. I'm not just going to leave you with Google. I got two more that I want to show you. The next one is Lyft. Lyft is a $19 stock. The company is a $7 billion stock. Notice what I was talking about Google. Google is a multi-trillion-dollar stock. It's way bigger. But being a $7 billion company, that means this one could kind of double and even triple very, very easily. This stock, Lyft, was once an $88 stock. And now being at $19, what do we go and look at? The forward PE again. Lyft has about a 35 forward PE. Remember I told you, lower is better. Honestly, we would like to get the forward PE in the 12, 15, even 19 range. But up here is somewhat of a fair price, but you want to be cautious. But here's the good thing about Lyft. It's currently trading in the range, but we are now at the bottom of the range. There's an $18 level of support and then a $25 level of resistance. I want to actually help everybody to see something different about the levels of support. I want to update you on this. Write the word support in the chat if you learned something new today. Whenever you see a level of support, like an 18, what I want you to do is knock a few dollars off of it. So if we think it's gonna bounce off of the 18, then knock a few dollars off, either $1 or $2 on a stock this size. So we can say, okay, if 18 is the support, then what's gonna happen is Wall Street is gonna try to trick you, trap you, frustrate you, get you upset. So that means the real support is probably closer to 17, if not even 16. So then that's where the real load up zone is. So that doesn't mean you can't buy it at 18 because it is at the bottom of the range. However, we know that Wall Street, if they doing all the little games, they'll let it come down a little bit more, hoping that they could hit your stop loss. But we could see it before it even happens. Put the word support in the chat if I just put you up on some game on how to get in under where Wall Street tried to trick you at. Another one, Uber. Uber is $83 right now. The market cap is $174 billion. It's a way bigger company than Lyft, being a $7 billion company, right? Uber with this huge market cap, you're thinking to yourself, yeah, oh man, $80 stock. But guess what? I told you, look at that forward PE. If you don't know where to find it, download the Moomoo app. The link is in the top of the description. I want y'all to be on this information. So don't pass up on that chance. Put $100 on the app on the minimum. If you could do way more, then invest into yourself more thoroughly. You got to spend more time investing into yourself and investing into your brain. Uber has a PE of forward of 24. So Lyft has a PE forward of 35. So technically speaking, what that means is this, right? It's cheaper to buy Uber than it is to buy Lyft when you think about what they earn. However, let's look at the range again, because we trade with the chart, not with our heart. Uber has a $60 to $100 range. That's a huge range over the last year. We are right in the middle at about 80. So like I told you before, 80 is a fair price, not that steal price. The steal price is over at 60, but the fair price is at about 80. And I ain't mad at anybody for buying some at 80. I actually just picked some more Uber up. So family, I love y'all, I appreciate y'all, and I'm telling you, I look forward to seeing you on the next live trading session. The link is gonna be in the top of the description. When you book a call with my team, they're gonna be ready for you, and they're gonna handle you like an individual, one-on-one. So family, I love y'all, I appreciate y'all, and I see y'all in the next one. Book a call with my team so they can get you up on, and you can get these buy alerts, family. I see you in the next one. Let's get paid, and take care.